So I feel like the top threats in 2024 are some of the same players we saw in 2023. And I really think that the strongest candidate about the top threat is around ransomware. So we know ransomware is probably one of the most costly things that can happen to a business. And I just read a statistic the other day that was pretty startling, that all cybercrime is like the third largest gross domestic product in the world, right behind the economy of the US and China. The third thing between China and Japan is cybercrime, and the amount of financial impact that has and the amount of money that generates. So that's a pretty startling fact. And that fact must mean that trickling down through all the companies on the planet, that ransomware, cybercrime in general is very costly. So when I think about ransomware, we know that the statistics from our FBI is that ransomware could propagate in your organization for over 200 days before you know about that threat that is in your organization. We have great products that can protect the common threat vectors. What are your users looking at on the internet? What are they getting in their email? Most users aren't malicious, right? They are enticed to go do things where they get to a bad place, they download something that's dangerous. There's best practices that we can deploy in your network to make sure that users aren't administrators, but that's not enough. But realistically, let's contain the threat that gets to your users. Let's try to stop that and mitigate that. But there's no guarantee. No matter what we do, no matter what you do, no matter how we train people, we can't stop all of it. So really the key thing is you have to make sure that you have solid backup, encrypted backup, and clean backup, that in the event that you have a ransomware attack, you have something to remediate against, right? I've talked with prospective clients that we were trying to sell our services to. They get back in touch with me. We've had a ransomware attack. There is realistically, mitigation is virtually impossible if you do not have a very safe, secure backup to rely upon. So I really think that that's kind of the number one threat vector that we see from last year moving into this year, and that thinking about how to train your users, protect your network, protect your users, but most importantly, have that very reliable backup that you can depend on in case something does go wrong. It's a great question.